Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading for the first 10 days in August. If you can believe it, August is already here. And this, Aries, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aries, we all have a little bit of Aries in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Aries in, that could give you some clarity as to where this information is most prominent for you. This is also a timely reading. If you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That will give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, I've got to set up here. Whenever I start a new spread, I have to always double check to make sure that you can see the whole thing. So we do have the Empress as the underlying energy for this reading. That's awesome. There's been a lot of manifestation energy in the air for Aries coming up. I'd love to see that. So the Empress is talking about all four queens from the minor arcana rolled in one. Did you want to come up for the reading, Stella? Sorry, that's my cat, Stella. She woke up from the other room. Yeah, I'm doing a reading. You can sit on my lap. She loves the reading, so. Okay, you settling? Okay. She's already got happy feet. She's in the purr. All right, so the Empress is talking about manifesting at a very high level here. And this is talking about, you know, the qualities of the four queens that she has has incorporated are from life experience, and being able to still manifest even if she's going through hardships and actually learn from them and be a better person, be a better version of herself from that. And this card kind of explains how she does manifest. She does put plans in place. For instance, the wheat at her feet here is representing bumper crop energy. And so to manifest a bumper crop, she puts plans into place. She decides, okay, I'm going to grow a crop. What kind am I going to grow? Is it durum or is it wheat? And she decides, okay, this time it's wheat. And she picks the perfect field to grow wheat in. She has the soil checked to make sure that if it needs any amending, that happens. Does it need fertilizer? She's also going to make sure all the stones and rocks and anything that could damage the expensive seeding and harvest equipment, that's all going to be cleared off the land. And then she waits for the most opportune time to seed the field. After that, she waves her magic wand here and she says, okay, universe, okay, nature, do your thing, grow me a bumper crop. Now, she's an organic farmer, so she doesn't spray. This is as much time, money, and energy as she's willing to invest in this one project. And she moves on to the next. She'll come back to this when it's time for harvest. And she might do the odd rain dance here and there if needed. But other than that, she is confident that she's done everything she can. And she doesn't worry about it. She moves forward with her next project. And this is talking about that energy of being able to let it go, manifest, do your best, and then move forward. And then we have for the underlying energy for the internal forces, there's this energy here of the shift disturber. So you might have a shift disturber in your life. This is someone who's a walking contradiction. They have two swords planted here and they're carrying, you know, they're sneaking off with five swords. And so what's this about? You know, he's a walking contradiction. He's looking over his shoulder. Probably he has to. He's looking back into the past, but he's moving forward without looking where he's going. And we don't know what his energy really is here. We know that if he's a thief, he's not a thief in the night because he's in broad daylight. And look he's wearing this bright red cap and bright red boots. You couldn't miss him. It's like, okay, if you're a thief in the daylight, this is implying that this is someone who's right there in front of our face and, you know, and is maybe possibly involved in white collar crime. He's sitting at his desk there. The swords in tarot represent the element of air. They represent mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. And so this can be talking about someone sitting at their desk pushing paper, and maybe they are doing some money laundering, identity theft, forgery, that type of energy. And, you know, it looks like they're doing their job, and everybody's like, wow, he comes in early in the morning, he leaves late, he goes for lunch, but he always comes back happy. You know, it's that type of energy. But in the meantime, that's what he might be doing. I'm saying might. We don't know for sure because he's a walking contradiction. And so this energy is, you know, what bothers me about this energy, it's very dangerous energy for people because you can tell by the way he's carrying these swords. Have you ever seen anyone carry swords like this? If you have, put that in the comments below. I want to know where you saw it, because who would carry? These are so sharp, and if he falls, and he easily could trip and fall here. He's not watching where he's going, and this is so dangerous. And he could really, really get hurt here. And if he's this careless with his energy, how careful do you think he's going to be with yours? So this is that shift disturber energy, not my favorite energy. It's talking about, you know, putting up with an energy that behind the scenes is causing you a lot of problems, smiling in your face, but, you know, the bottom line is that they could be causing problems in your life and maybe you don't know where they're coming from. So we're going to find out in this reading. The energy here is a transition coming. Yeah, so this could be a major transition because we're going for this manifestation, not this. And so this is talking about a major transition happening. Now, a lot of people are afraid of this card. And they think, oh no, you know, but you cannot predict anything like, especially not this in tarot. People who tell you can are inaccurate. This is a snapshot of what's happening in this moment, and the direction that you're headed in, and you know, it depends on the speed you're traveling with. If we did this reading like even half an hour later, it could be quite different, because you might have taken different actions after watching this. This is talking about a transition coming in, and usually when this is, it's talking about the end of a cycle and the rebirth of a new cycle, and that kind of is the bottom line energy for this upcoming month of August. It can be really powerful time to manifest what you want. And this is talking about light at the end of the tunnel. If you've been in a time where you feel like, ugh, you know, the energy's been so heavy, and it has been. This could be like a little bit of energy coming in that is really going to empower you, like new energy. And that's what Aries is all about. So we have this older person is confronting the Grim Reaper here and saying, we don't want your change in town. And these young people are going, yes, we do. If you've ever lived in a small town, you'll understand, like, yay, someone's in town. They might have a new energy bringing into the town, something interesting to say. One of them's even offering a flower, and that's representing the new bloom of life. And we do have a king underfoot here who's been trampled. Now, this is not representing an actual person. It's representing systems that are breaking down and new energy coming in. And we are seeing a lot of that just because of all the AI energy coming in. And we're seeing the cracks in the old system, but we're also seeing the flaws in the AI systems very clearly. So this is talking about a lot of new energy coming in. Some of it good, some of it not so good. Whatever it is, it's new. And this is talking about, you know, it could even be something as simple as that you've always had a hobby. Maybe you love to golf and you go golfing and everybody knows you go golfing, and at Christmas they buy you golfing shift, you know, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you cancel your game and you're like, you know what? I don't feel like golfing anymore. I'm going to go fishing instead. I'm going to start a new hobby. It's that type of energy. So this can be talking about some real positive change coming in with this manifestor card. But you probably are going to have to let go of any energy that's holding you back here to accomplish that. And we have the energy of the victory. So this is the element of fire. The wands represent the element of fire, and they're made of wood because wood fuels fire. And it's talking about taking passionate action, which it looks like you have done. This is how you're feeling right now. You're ready for a transition. You're ready to move into this manifestation mode. And this energy is saying that this is talking about your abundance. And so if you've been in a time frame where you're feeling like you're always having to compete and like nothing's really come of it yet, this is saying that you're going to have victory, and it's going to be because you reined in your emotions and disciplined your mind, and you continued going even when the going got tough. You kept going, and you showed a lot of leadership skills. Now, sometimes this could represent, some sort of battle or a competition that you're in. But like say for instance, there was a position that came up at work, and all of these people also applied, but you were the clear winner. They're looking a little disgruntled because they really wanted the position and the promotion as well. But look how proud you are. They have to admit, like, hey, this person really does deserve it. So this is victory. And then we have this energy of the Two of Pentacles. So you may have been really, really busy in the last month or so, and you're, multitasking. And a lot of people are in this energy because the children are home from school. So people who have families, you have to, figure out, okay, what are we doing for the summer? And that can be very, very busy. A lot of juggling going on in time and energy. The Pentacles represent your matters of the earth. So your wealth, health, and happiness in the 3D. And this is talking about really being, multitasking, which a lot of parents are doing these days for sure. There's all the athletic camps and, depending on the age of your children, like it can really, them not being in school, you have to figure something out for every day of the summer. And then you also want to be able to have some time to enjoy the summer yourself and maybe go on a vacation with your children, go and see maybe to family reunions and that, and meet up with people again. And so this is talking about it being a very busy time. And what it's saying is when you are, multitasking, it's a great skill to have, but you want to make sure it doesn't get to the point where you're multitasking so much that you have more quantity than quality, and you end up having to do things twice, because then that defeats the purpose. This is also saying juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And then we have, and this is for your communication from your early childhood. So that's that energy I'm picking up is, if you remember when you were a kid and you were in school and what it was like for you, it's very different these days for children. Like everything has to be organized, and everything's expensive as well. So, it's a lot of juggling for a lot of parents. And then we have this energy of the Three of Swords energy. So this is talking about the element of air, and it's saying, the swords represent your mental intelligence, discipline of your mind. There looks to be some sort of heartache or heartbreak that you feel that you need to recover from. This card quite often can represent an energy of having to make a very difficult decision regarding people you love. And possibly, you've gone through some sort of heartbreak, or it's saying there could an apology might be needed here, forgiveness, the healing of the heart, basically. And when you look at it, it almost looks hopeless. I mean, this person has three hearts or three swords in their heart. But when you look again, you realize, wait a minute, that heart is really big in context to the size of the swords. So it's saying that it is something that you can heal from. And then this energy is in the throat. So this could be talking about you having difficulty expressing the pain that you're feeling right now emotionally. And it's also talking about being maybe afraid to speak your truth. And then it can also indicate in romantic love that there is a third party energy dividing a couple. This can represent gossip and slander and harsh words being spoken. And sometimes it can even represent the energy of perjury in court. So this is in your emotional state now. So something has happened here. Someone's been juggling their morals, I feel, and it's affected you in a very negative way. But we do have the gift of truth coming in here. So the truth can be really hard to hear, but the truth will set you free. And then being able to speak your truth and move forward, understanding what's really going on. I mean, if someone's sneaking around behind your back here, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and that's what's on your mind all the time, that's not a good energy to be in. The truth will set you free. Sometimes it can be very challenging. Now, in August, there's not really a whole lot, like not for the first 10 days, there's not really a whole lot of new energy. But one of the things that is happening is on August 3rd, Chiron, which is about our health, mental and physical health, it goes retrograde. And it goes retrograde until the beginning of January in 2027. And so it's talking about, looking after yourself, making sure that you're making healthy choices. This is in your children, romance, and creativity. So finding, getting whatever this is sorted out so that so you're not feeling stressed out anymore. I feel that's the gift that's coming in for you. There's some sort of truth coming in about your situation. Now, if that involves legal or something like that, I feel like that, it's finally moving forward. And if something's been going on behind your back, you're finally going to get the truth of it. And that's a gift, because then you can make strong choices. And we have the Emperor here. And so this is saying that the gift is, sometimes the truth is hard to hear, but once you know the truth, then you can be like the Emperor and make really high-end choices. And look at this energy here. We have the Empress energy here for that underlying energy for the entire reading. And now we have an Emperor. So if this is about love, this could be, moving forward. This is about high performance energy. The Emperor, like the Queen, or like the Empress, he embodies the qualities of all four kings. Very high, very, very high performance energy. Whatever field, whatever endeavor he's in, he is going to be at the top of his game. He's an alpha male. And so he is ready for any opportunity. He has his armor on underneath his robe. And this is talking about being ready to go after what he wants. But he doesn't fight very often because he doesn't need to. He's an alpha male. The beta males, they back off when they see him because they know. And this is the energy I feel that you're moving into. And you might be, if it's matters of love and there's a healing energy and you know the truth, you might make a decision to move on and have victory with someone else. And that you could be the Empress energy or you could be the Emperor energy. This is talking about changing your everyday routine and your, looking after things in a different way. And I feel that's the energy that's coming in here. With Neptune having moved into Aries back, it's been about 3 months now. That Neptune moved into Aries, and it was in the sign of Pisces for 14 years. And it's kind of how we approach life, our relationships with people, with business, with money, all of that. And we set up our systems for how are we going to, how are we going to get shit done? And the thing is that, we perfect our systems. After 14 years of doing things the Neptune way in Pisces, which it's very comfortable. That's the senior executive of the zodiac, the very last sign. It's, a kind of a more dreamy sign. It's a water sign. More like happy, more like, oh, things will work out. If I do it this way, I know it works. There might be glitches, but you have your systems worked out. But now Neptune moved into Aries, and Aries, this is to your advantage in a big way. But it's like a sudden, all of a sudden you have all this energy in your sign that wasn't there before. So you're experiencing that energy in a bigger way than a lot of other people might be. And it's talking about changing the way you do things, like making small changes. Your sign is about the very first sign that is in the zodiac, and it's talking about like a newborn baby infant. You think about how close you are to the divine, because you just came from heaven, basically. So you have a high, sharp, intuitive edge. And if you've ever had a newborn baby in the house, you'll know, like, everybody is like running around. The baby's crying. We got to please the baby. So this is talking about new energy coming in. And you think about how much a baby learns in the first year alone. And so this is really up your alley. Like, so this Neptune energy, it's going to be in your sign for the next 14 years. And so it's going to be finding new ways to do old things, letting go of anything that's holding you back so that you can make room for the new energy coming in, and learning. And this is talking about, if you're working on things and they're not quite working, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just do little tweaking in the way your systems work. Because this is, if you understand this, that this is what's happening, Neptune is going to be in your sign for the next 14 years. So you can really take advantage of this energy, if like right now, and be able to really, okay, I realize I'm going to start experimenting with small changes. Instead of being upset that the old way doesn't work, I'm going to, upgrade my energy and my systems. This is talking about your daily routine and being more like the Emperor, very flexible in that way. If it doesn't work, then I'll find a way. The Emperor doesn't give up. The Emperor just tweaks things and moves forward. And this is, like, as I said, this is in your sign for the next 14 years. So you're strong to that energy. The fire signs are very adaptable. It's about taking passionate action. And so I'm going to see now, this is the internal forces. So the internal forces, the main questions we're usually asking are what if, IF, internal force. That's how you can remember it. So it's like, what if they do this and then I have to do that? Or what if I don't do this? What if they do that? It's kind of the woulda, shoulda, couldas of life. And when you're involved with the external forces, that's coming from outside of you. And that's when you're saying what the EF happened. An external force comes in and shakes your world up a little bit, like astrological changes. And this energy is talking about the external forces. You don't have as much control over them, but you do have control over whether you react or you respond to the shifts in energy. So this is about deciding that you're willing to move forward in the new way. And so let's see what is the external forces. We have the King of Wands here. So this is the King of Wands, definitely represents this fire energy. And this is talking about the King of Wands is a visionary. This is someone that is sitting on the edge of his throne and he's ready to take action. This is like, the element of fire, taking passionate action. He loves to tackle new projects and do it in new ways and see if, hey, how much better can I make it, this energy? And so this is the perfect energy to be in, like ready to tackle things in new ways and enjoying the adventure of it, not taking it personally that, that things have changed and now I got to do it over again, that kind of energy. So this is the energy, perfect energy that you want to be in. Plus the King of Wands is considered to be the sexiest of all the kings. And it's because he's optimistic. It's fun to be around someone that has good ideas and they're willing to experiment and look into new ways of doing things. On the back of the throne here, we can see the salamanders in a circle chasing their tail and the lion. And this energy represents protection from fire. We even have a little salamander running by here. And so the thing to note about the energy of the King of Wands, especially when it comes to romance, is, I noticed on the back of his throne here that this almost looks like a face. And now I can't unsee it. You know how when you see something, then you can't unsee it. So we have like the two eyes, the mustache, smoke coming out of the nose and mouth. Now that could just be because he's smoking hot, because he is, or it can represent the energy of where there's smoke, there's fire. So you have to remind yourself that in matters of love, the King of Wands is all of the fire signs. They're more likely to take time to settle down, and they love their freedom and they are not afraid of being an individual. So they, their love of new adventure and, experimenting with the new often bleeds into their romantic life. So just keep that in mind when you're in that energy of this of the king. So this is the underlying energy for the external forces. And then we're going to have the next card up is justice. So there's some sort of justice, it looks like. Now this is, justice is a two-edged sword, and this is representing that energy. If you're on the right side of justice, like if you have been following the law spiritually and, be a good person and do, be kind to others, that type of energy, be the best version of yourself, and you've been following also legal law, then this justice coming in is a real bonus for you. It's a blessing. And we see the veil behind her is representing the thin veil between the spiritual and the physical realm. So this justice energy is talking about a blessing coming in. Her right foot is forward. So this is already happening in the spiritual realm. And this can also talk about karma and redemption from karma. A lot of people think karma is punishment, but karma is actually just cause and effect of your actions. Your actions always catch up to you at some point. And the truth, it's not unusual for the truth to come in. Right now, there's two major occurrences in the last 6 months that have happened that are still really affecting people. And one was that Neptune energy, and the other is the Uranus is another big planet. And Uranus just moved into the sign of Gemini almost 2 months ago now. And Uranus in Gemini is bringing the truth out. And that's bottom line. Uranus in Gemini wants the truth to come out. We haven't seen this energy on the planet since 1941 to 1949. When World War II was in full swing and the after effects of that. And we're dealing with a lot of truth coming out on the planet right now. Like we had the files coming out, and like it seems every other day there's a truth coming out. And the truth in Gemini can come out in really like different ways. And we're seeing a lot of that energy as well. So this truth coming out is happening. And it's almost like everything that has been sitting there and waiting for the truth to come out, it's coming out now. And Uranus is a pain in the butt for people that don't want the truth to come out, but it's a blessing for people who do want it to come out. And so this energy is going to be with us until 2033. And so I've been saying a truth a day keeps the devil at bay. And we have this energy moving into your sign of commitments, partnerships, and marriage. So if there is something that's been going on in there's some sort of energy here where someone in your partnerships, commitments, and marriage, now that could be business partners, family members, and it can also be your significant other energy for sure here. And maybe your intuition is telling you, or you've, there hasn't been any official information coming in, but the truth, God is promising you that the truth is coming out. And here we have justice and redemption from karma in your partnerships, commitments, and marriage. We have this energy here, which also can be talking about the 7-year itch, because we have the 7 swords here. And so this sometimes can be talking about when someone is... It's a phenomena. I didn't realize this until I looked into this energy, because it came up in one of my readings that this is about the 7-year itch. And the 7-year itch is statistically, if you get married and end up getting divorced, you're most likely to do it in the first year of marriage, which blew my mind. I had no idea that it was that soon, but it kind of makes sense in some ways. But the next most likely time is between the 7th and 8th year. And so this is talking about that energy. And so that's when people have a tendency to maybe have a third party energy involved in the relationship, or lose interest in, take on other projects or whatever, and rarely, and stop putting energy into the relationship. This also happens apparently, like statistically, for a lot of people when they purchase a home. Quite often they're ready to move in the 7th or 8th year. And it also happens with business partnerships, etc. Quite often around the 7th, 8th year, people tend to lose interest, or they just don't want to do it anymore. And so this is the energy that is coming in here, that there's some sort of truth coming out. This is going to, it might not be that much fun finding it out, but it's going to really put you in a position to manifest at the level of we've got an emperor and an empress here. So you're not wasting your time doing things in the old way with all this negative energy. You're interested in moving forward and being in this innovative energy. And I feel this definitely is representing this emperor's energy here, is this King of Wands energy and the Empress energy. So you could be an Empress or an Emperor in this energy, and maybe you're about to meet, and maybe maybe the heartache is over and it's time for a new romance. Once you find out what's going on, we have judgment being called. So there we have it. So this is judgment coming in from the Most High on a spiritual level. And the ancestors are cheering. They're like, yes, finally, we've been like watching this happen. And we've been trying to, come to you in your dreams and stuff and let you know, you need to take a look at something here. So that it could be about several things, though. And our ancestors sometimes will come through in our dreams symbolically. And so this energy is the ascendants and the descendants waving to each other from across the veil. Hello, judgment is coming in. Yes, this is like redemption from karma and moving forward in a strong way. If you're on the right side of the law, this is really, really good news. And then we have the Six of Pentacles energy. So definitely this is talking about, someone juggling. And possibly you've been getting breadcrumbed in your lifestyle in some way. So now, of course, the pentacle energy is represented by a coin because money is a big part of it. But it can also be talking about this energy of deserving to have someone in your life that you can rely on, that, that is a solid partner, whether that be in business or your, life or your parenting, whatever that is, someone you can count on. And this is talking about having sowed seeds and then having the harvest come in. So this would be like upper middle class energy. And this person is giving to charity because he recognizes that this person is going to use this money wisely, and that they really do, they need it to be able to move forward. And so he's happy to give it to this person, but he has the scales of justice over this person. This person is a grifter. They have something in their back pocket here, and they already have what they need, but it's like they want to risk his money to be able to make some for themselves. And so this can be about hiding money, breadcrumbing others, that type of energy. Someone who's willing to risk your money, but not their own. And so this is talking about, this is your commitments, partnerships, marriage. This is your transition. There's a major transition happening, and that's this upgrade, this victory, I feel, into this Emperor and Empress energy. And, we have that already at the beginning of the reading as well. So this is talking about no more breadcrumbing energy, like really being able to move forward in a strong way. This is because you have knowledge now. This is about your higher learning. You have knowledge now about what's really going on. So when you have that, well, then you can make really strong decisions, and you don't have to worry about them so much anymore. This can really be hard on people because it can make people lose confidence in themselves, in a real negative way, because nothing's working and they're like, they can't figure it out. And no, they don't want to see that it could possibly be an energy that is someone they care about, is doing something behind the scenes that is maybe making life more difficult. So this is talking about the Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands is like the perfect match for the King of the King of Wands, we would say. And this is an external force coming in. The Queen of Wands is also considered very sexy and natural beauty, and she's happy most of the time, very much into this energy here. The sunflower is following the sun and the rays of the sun and absorbing that warmth. And this is God's energy, being on the destined path. and like just being a good person, putting in your day's work, etc. And if you notice something, the Queen of Wands, she does not need to this protection from fire, and that's because she commands it. She's the one who sets the tone. And so she also has passion, but this veil behind her is representing her ability to use her intuition and her logic together to come to creative solutions. And that keeps her really happy. She doesn't worry. She's like the Empress that way. She doesn't worry. She's learned not to. So, to be in the Empress energy, it means that you've actually had to, learn some things the hard way. But once you learn things the hard way, you generally do have a much more likely to, keep it in mind. And this is talking about her career and reputation. So it can be talking about a real upgrade there as well. We have this Three of Pentacles energy right now. This doesn't surprise, or Three of Cups, this energy doesn't surprise me coming in. I haven't had this energy in my readings for like a couple weeks. But we do have a full moon coming up here. It is the 28th, and the full moon is tomorrow night. And so there we have it. And I do have a reading on the full moon. I just finished those if you want to look them up. I'm not going to get too much into the full moon that we have now, because you can look it up with that. But basically, it's about really are you going to move forward as an individual? Are you going to move forward in the group energy? So this is about wanting to stand out, very typical of Aries energy. The Three of, this is not my favorite card, because quite often when this card comes out and this card comes out together, this is talking about love. The cups are, the first cups coming out are here, and this is in blessings coming in, and it's right across from this truth here. And I feel like this energy is like, you're going to possibly find out something that's been going on in the background. Now, it doesn't have to be about a third-party energy in your significant relationship, but we have this energy sitting right here. But it could be partnerships, it could be friends, family, it could be small, it could be big, but there's something that's bothering you, and you're making a decision about it. And this is a celebration, but what are they celebrating? Because none of them are looking at each other. They're celebrating something that has happened or they think is about to happen. And none of them are really intimate with each other in that, hey, I'm so happy for you, or anything like that. And this energy, in many cultures, if you toast like this, they'll get really upset with you, because in a lot of cultures, particularly in Europe, if you don't look someone in the eye when you're toasting them, they consider that 7 years bad luck in their romantic love life for you and them. And so they'll get really upset. They'll be like, look me in the eye. And so this is that energy. When this card comes up and it's the full moon, this quite often can represent a third-party energy. This could be gossip, slander, that type of energy. It's following the career and reputation. So blessings are coming in for you, and perhaps these people would prefer they didn't. And then we have, look at this, a new lover coming in. So this is, it's pretty, and this is representing a divine couple. The sun is shining on this. This is God's energy. How to be happy. Have a partner that you can trust, like someone that, if they say they're going to pick the children up at such and such a time, they're going to, and if they can't, they'll make sure that they let you know. It's that type of energy, just the small routine things in life, someone you can really count on. And this is talking about some sort of justice coming in here and some truth coming in with this energy. So this is saying you deserve to be happy in your life. And the Lover's card is about romantic love, definitely. It can be a divine partner. And the cloud here is representing the fact that these people don't know each other that well. So this could be someone that you've never met or you haven't seen for a very long time, since, like you bumped into them or of them, but all of a sudden now they're in your life again. And this is talking about hidden secrets, illusions coming out. And in the old days when tarot first started, the Lover's card was about choosing who you have in your inner circle. So it doesn't have to be about a lover. It can be about something you love to do, something you love to be. how it's affecting that energy. So you might have some this gossip, slander energy, third-party energy happening behind your back in a significant way somewhere in your life. And it's time for the truth to come out so that you can move forward and be the Empress and Emperor. Now, if this is a new love coming in, I would say that's this energy. And that's a good thing. Really, really good reading for you, Aries. And, you know, like, as I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be like your marriage or whatever. It can be just something, it can be, if you are in a relationship, sometimes this can be a new way of being in the relationship and the passion returning, that type of energy. So I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want clarification with my oracle cards. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy. This is a really good reading. Focus on moving into the new. I will be doing a reading for everyone right after this, because we do have the full moon energy or the new moon energy coming up, and it's another eclipse energy. So this is talking about, you know, it's going to be a pretty significant moon, and it is in the sign of Leo. And I will be doing a reading about that, a bonus one, right in the next 4 or 5 days before it happens. It's not till August 12th. But other than that, I do hope you've enjoyed the reading, and I will be back with that reading for you next. For those of you who want further clarification, let's get the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. The numbers on these cards represent paintings in my gallery. I have my oracle is Tales from the Vector, and this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I do have a website with a gallery in it, and it has the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed in the reading. So we have the numbers here. I will put in the description box below for the video, and I will. You can look them up if you want to. The information for my website is there. It's talesforthevector.com. This is one of the ink drawings that I did. I did one for each of the zodiac signs. So this is talking about the Taurus. There's a lot of zodiac signs coming out. I feel like I just want to point this out. I'm not talking about individual people when I'm talking about the horoscope signs coming out in my general or collective readings, but I can't help but notice that there's 3 and there's 3 here. And we were just talking about that energy. So in your own reading, this could be significant, but I just want you to understand, I'm reading this more from the perspective, what can we learn from the qualities of each of these signs. Every sign has its strengths and weaknesses. And if you ever get your birth chart done, you'll find you have them all in there somewhere. So this is the energy that we're moving into. So the Taurus energy is learning that give and take and making sure that the time, the money, the energy that you invest, that this is all, you know, it's a fair exchange of energy. So, and it's really interesting because this is also the Empress energy. So I do feel definitely you're moving into that Empress energy. You've learned a lot about the give and take in life, and particularly when it comes to the Pentacle energy. And then we have the Leo energy here. And so this is talking about being a leader and moving forward in a strong way. The Leo energy, sometimes Leos have a tendency, they're natural born leaders. This energy can take time to mature. So if there's been some sort of energy in where there's been like that 7-year itch energy happening, a lot of times it's coming up in the readings that maybe you were really young and both of you weren't mature enough to deal with the energy, or one of you wasn't. And it's time for you to step into a mature way of being, or being in a new relationship that is mature. We have the Capricorn energy. This is coming up a lot in the readings in the last week or so. And I just feel like this is such a great time for you to move forward in a new way. And it's good to, like, Capricorn's the most ambitious, but they take consistent steps of action towards their goals. When Capricorn energy is really strong, it's about seeing the possibilities and the challenges and being able to move forward. the degradation of information, of energy. So this is talking about your abundance. I feel like in some way that behind the scenes, there's been some tactics happening in this energy. It's showing up, in the truth and this energy juggling, all of this energy. It needs to, the truth is going to come out, and I feel it will set you free. Because look at, we have you moving forward here. We have pride. All or nothing energy. So yeah, you don't want to get caught up in the karmic space of pride where you're willing to put up with things because you're too proud to say, I always promised myself that my marriage wouldn't end, or I would never fail in a business or whatever. And you just aren't, your heart's not in it anymore. And there's been some shift going on behind the scenes, and you found out about it. And now maybe it's time to move on. Some people in your life might be in this all or nothing energy, which can be kind of cutthroat. So just pay attention to what's happening around you. And then this is jealousy energy. So this could be sibling rivalry from when you were young, but it's also talking about, this energy here of a third party energy. And you have to decide, this is someone who's jealous of you, or you're jealous of them, and you have to decide, I'd rather be better than bitter. You don't want to sit in this jealousy karmic space for long. And then we have the anticipation. This is when the truth comes out. That's when this transition happens, and you're on, like the Fool starts the new cycle at the 0 point. And this is talking about being able to anticipate a really strong cycle going inward. So long as you clean up the energy and move forward, that's what it's saying. And it's also talking about blind spots in your everyday life that you need to take a look at. It's this sneaky energy behind your back kind of energy. The scotoma is when you're not seeing the whole picture. And then we have, and I've noticed that when, and look at the underlying energy here is for the external forces. This energy here is talking about temptation. So that's this energy that we're talking about. It needs to be addressed. When the Devil card comes up, it's saying that there's been some sort of temptation happening in your in this commitments, partnerships, and marriage energy. So when the Devil comes up, I always cover it with the next card. I want to see, because this is manipulative energy. You're not going to get the truth from this energy. I want to see what happens. Who does the Devil send in? Because the Devil always sends in a minion to do his dirty work. And also, does God cover it? What's happening? What's going to go on? Disruption. What's fun for some is not fun for everyone. So someone has been disrupting your peace here, your peace of mind. And the truth is about to come out regarding this energy. Now, this could be small, it could be big, it could be many things. Only take what resonates with you. But definitely this energy is pointing to something going on behind your back that's disrupting your peace. And it's time you find out. What's fun, if there is a third-party energy happening here, and that's whether it's in business or it's in your personal life or it's in whatever it's in, that energy would be more fun for them than for you. And it's disrupting your peace of mind and degrading your energy. And you deserve, this is where you're headed if you can, take care of this energy. Temperance, being devoted to your life path. So this is saying, keep your temper, stay in your character, be strong towards moving forward in the strongest way possible. And that's what you've been doing. The justice coming in is going to be a big blessing for you. In case you didn't know it, you're a superstar. This is saying you're going to have much more harmony in your life. This is harsh words and not speaking the truth and judgment's being called on that. You're a star. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be happy. That's what this energy is saying. You don't deserve to be in this energy where you don't know what people are doing behind your back. And then we have dissemination of information. This is when there's an elephant in the room and tactics have been used and your intuition is yelling at you. Something's going on here, but you don't want to see it. And this is about believing in your own press. So sometimes we can get into this energy where people will say, well, if I see it, I'll believe it. But, you know, sometimes we can have some very, or people will say, you know, you have to motivate other people, they'll say, you have to believe in yourself. And the thing is, if there's an elephant in the room, you need to address it. And you have to recognize that sometimes we could have some very limiting beliefs about ourselves that are holding us back, and not wanting to see the truth of a situation. And this is saying you deserve to, you know, not believe in yourself if you're putting limitations on yourself. And justice is coming in. Look at that. The justice here, it's talking about, in this position, redemption from karma for you. You're meant to be happy. Like, you're meant to have creative solutions to problems and not always having this mystery around you, you know, this superstition, what's going on here. And then we have the Aries energy. Look at, you're representing yourself here. You gotta love that. So this is when you represent yourself in the reading, it's talking about who you are, not who they say you are. And the truth is coming out. And I do really feel like this is about you being able to be yourself, your authentic self, and you deserve, you're a good person. You've been on your destined path. You deserve to have this Empress and Emperor energy coming in. This is talking about embracing all that new energy. And then we have also Cancer energy coming in. It's talking about the moon. So basically the moon, the full moon is coming up. You've probably been feeling it now for a few days. As I said, like, this moon is, you know, about your individuality and the group energy. Like, which way are you going to go? Are you going to look after your own needs, or are you going to look after someone's? And it is, there should be a combination of both. But this is saying your intuition is trying to tell you something, because this position is, there's someone new that has their eye on you, that maybe has been watching the situation taking place and is going, hey, if you don't want that Empress, I'll take her. Or vice versa. And remember, all the characters in tarot, the Empress could be male and the Emperor could be female. It doesn't, you know, they're not gender specific. It's the energy that you're in, the masculine or feminine energy you're in. All right, I do really think this is a good reading for you, Aries. There's some difficulty here, but that's kind of how all of the energy has been for the readings lately. There's hardship there, but there's also the truth coming out and the ability to move forward strong, really strong energy coming in for you. Lots of opportunities coming in. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I really, really do appreciate them all. It's helping me build my channel and move forward with my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.